and how to determine metacentric height of floating and immersed bodies. Metacenter is defined as we have seen yesterday, is a point of application of tilt. When a body is tilted from its original position when it is floating, M is the point of intersection of the axis of body passing through the CG. Axis of body, originally the axis of the body will be passing through the center of gravity. You see here. Look at the diagram B. So this is the axis of the body in the original condition. You see here. This is simply a body is floating on a liquid. G is center of gravity through which the weight of the body is acting, equal to mg. B is the center of buoyancy through which center of buoyant force is acting, right? Fb is acting. Now when the floating body is given a tilt, there will be, you can draw a new line, this dotted line, or this B will be shifted to B dash. B will be shifted to B dash. This is original B. When this body is given a tilt, what will happen? B will be shifted to new position B dash. Now the metacenter M is the point of intersection of the line or the axis of the body passing through CG and original B. Original B was somewhere here. You see here, B. So axis passing through G and original B, and a vertical line passing through the center of buoyancy of the tilted position of the body. When it is tilted, the center of buoyancy, that is the point of application of the upward force by the fluid in which it is immersed, this vertical line, the vertical line passing through the center of buoyancy of the new position of the body. That is, when the body is tilted, the center of buoyancy or the point of application of the buoyant force by the liquid will be shifted by an approximate distance of arbitrary distance of x to a new position B dash. So vertical line passing through that. These two lines, that is axis of the original body and the line, vertical line passing through the new center of buoyancy. The point of intersection of these two lines is termed as metacenter, denoted by M. Okay, I hope it is clear. Please draw this diagram and read this sentence 2 or 3 times and understand what metacenter is. It is very simple. It is, metacenter is applicable only for a body when it is floating and given a tilt. Suppose a ship or boat is flowing in water. Due to wind, it is slightly tilted towards left or right or front or back. Why this metacenter is this much important? When such a floating body is given a tilt, whether it is capable of coming back to its original condition. Here you see, whether after giving this tilt for an angle of theta, whether this floating body is able to come back to this original condition. That can be determined by knowing the position of this metacenter. So this is very important parameter in the design of floating bodies. So point M is called the metacenter, and equilibrium condition, the three, similar to the buoyancy, there are 3 equilibrium conditions: stable, unstable and neutral equilibrium. Equilibrium is stable if M lies above G. If the metacenter lies above G, the body is in stable equilibrium. If M is below G, obviously it is unstable. It cannot come back to the original position. If M coincides with G, the body is in neutral equilibrium. It will attain a new position when given a tilt. So this is the experimental procedure of finding out the metacentric height. You don't need to understand, to study this derivation. You just need to know the final expression of metacentric height. If you are interested, to know the derivation, please go through that. Similar to what we have done in the vertical plane surface and inclined plane surface, where we have taken a small elemental strip, right? So here also we are doing the same thing. So in the inclined position, we are taking a small strip of height h above the liquid surface, and that strip is analyzed and integrating over the entire volume of the submerged body. Finally, we will get, using the trigonometric relations, etc., we will get finally metacentric height GM as BM minus BG. What is BM? B is the center of buoyancy, M is the metacenter, G is the center of gravity. So GM you will get as BM minus BG, or in terms of moment of inertia and the volume and BG, you can write I by V minus BG. Obviously this V is the displaced volume, or VD. Yesterday we have seen what VD is. So I by V minus BG, if you write down this equation and calculate, you will get the metacentric height GM of the floating body. Okay, so metacentric height of the floating body is equal to I by V minus BG. So here this is BG, okay, GM. We are determining what is GM, metacentric height. This is metacentric height, the distance between center of gravity of the body and metacenter. This is metacentric height of the body, which is equal to BM minus BG, right? This BM minus BG, that is GM, no doubt about it, right? So this is BM minus BG. If you subtract, this is the entire lines from B to M. BM, BG, when subtracted from BM, you will get GM or MG. That is metacentric height. But since it is in the tilted condition, B is shifted towards B dash. That's why we need to take into consideration this moment of inertia, or total moment, or second moment of area. Second moment of area or moment of inertia of the immersed or floating body. As well as, since it is immersed in liquid, we need to consider how much volume of the fluid is displaced. So we are writing down this BM as I by V. The derivation, it is given how BM has become I by V. If you are interested, you can go through that. So GM equal to I by V minus BG, where I is the moment of inertia, V is the displaced volume, BG is the distance between center of buoyancy and center of gravity. Clear? So please study all these principles. We will be solving problems of submerged plane surfaces, buoyancy and stability, as well as metacentric height in the coming classes. So before starting the problem solving, please make sure that you know the fundamentals clearly. So we'll see in the next class with a bunch of problems. Till then, goodbye.